To have flawless red carpet celebrity skin, you feel me? Wealthy skin, you feel me? Hey guys, it's Serena, and for today's video I'm going to be filming this cute ass look I got on right here. It's kind of like my celebrity inspired makeup look. I kind of got this idea from this YouTuber slash Instagrammer. His name is Cole's World, if you guys have heard of him. He did a video on how he did like this celebrity inspired makeup, and I thought it was so freaking amazing and gorgeous, so I had to do my own spin on it. I didn't like copy his look or anything, but I did do kind of like my own look and wanted to do my own like celebrity makeup tutorial for you guys. I'm kind of serving you Kim K, Beyonce, J-Lo, Christina Milian, all of the above. So yeah, this look is super cute. You guys can literally wear this, you know, shit, if you are a celebrity watching this, hey sis, hey. Wear this literally red carpet, to the grocery store, you know, to the mall, to a photo shoot, your birthday, whatever. Literally anything. And also in no way, shape, or form am I saying I'm a celebrity, a freaking huge ass influencer. I'm just giving it a cute little title. Don't get your panties in a knot over it. Just don't. Okay? Okay. I posted a picture on Instagram right here. Go follow me if you haven't already. You guys literally blew this shit up and loved it so much, so I thought I'd recreate it for you guys, obviously. But yeah, before you guys finish watching this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And also click that bell notification button to be notified every time you go post a new video. Also follow your good sis on all my social media sites. They'll be linked down below in the down bar, as well as the end card of this video. But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's just see how I created this cute ass celebrity makeup look. Alright, you guys, so my brows are already done per usual. You guys know I use the Anastasia Dip Brown Ebony, and then I just carved them out with some Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I'm gonna be doing my eyeshadow first. You guys know the drill. I'm gonna leave my base a little bit tacky. I'm gonna add a little bit more concealer so it can be a little bit more tacky, just to adhere the eyeshadows a bit better, a bit better. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by taking some of my Milani concealer. This is just the Conceal and Perfect concealer in the shade 150 Natural Sand. I'm gonna take this on my lid just to prime them a bit, and I'm not going to set it because I want the eyeshadows to adhere to it and be a little bit more pigmented. So if you guys want your eyeshadows to be really pigmented and not so dull, you might not want to set it. You want to leave it a little bit tacky, not wet or anything, but kind of just pounce it out with your finger or a beauty blender, a brush, whatever, and blend it out pretty far so you guys have enough room to blend these shadows out. So for my first color in my crease, I'm going to be taking not even an eyeshadow. This is a foundation powder. I guess you guys can use bronzer, foundation powder, anything you guys want, but I feel like this is the perfect shade for a crease color on my skin tone at least. So I'm taking the L'Oreal True Match powder. This one is in the shade W8 Creme Cafe or Cream Cafe. It's a really pretty brown shade for my skin tone, so I figured why not use some kind of like foundation powder or bronzer to go in my crease. So that's a really good tip if you guys don't have an eyeshadow that actually matches your skin very well. So yeah, I'm just going to be dipping into this with a Morphe M518 blending brush and just putting it all throughout my crease just as our transition color. Now I'm going to be hopping into the Morphe X James Charles palette. I'll have the little palette on the screen somewhere with the colors I'm using because I forgot the name sheet, or not forgot it, I lost it. So yeah, I'm gonna have that on the screen, and just because I don't want to keep holding it up and stuff, you guys know the drill. But I'm going to be dipping to the color you guys see on the screen and just putting that a little bit below the foundation powder we just put in our crease. We're just gonna keep building up these colors in our crease until we get a really pretty kind of browny, smoky eye effect. Now we're going to be cutting the crease. I'm just going to take this white concealer from Colourpop. This is in just the shade Fair 00. I'm just going to take this and apply it to the back of my hand and cut my crease halfway. I'm going to take this Morphe M224 brush and just dip into that concealer. And what I like to do when I do this, I made a video on this a while ago, but just in case you guys didn't see it, I'll show you my technique on how I cut my crease again. I'm just going to tap it right like in the front part of my lid, and then I'm just going to look straight into like anything, into your mirror. For me, it's going to be the camera lens, and then it kind of shows me like exactly where my crease is going to end, so then I can put that shadow there and it won't move or go into like the lapse of my crease or anything like that. So once you guys have that line right there, then it's really easy to pat so you can cut your crease halfway. I would recommend stopping like right where your eyeball ends So like that. I don't take my crease, like when I cut my crease, I don't take it in the very inner corner. What I do is kind of make a little mark a little bit above the inner corner, and I follow that line because I like the starting point of my cut creases to be a little bit thicker because it makes your eyes look more, you know, bigger, and it just opens them up a lot. So that's how I like to do my cut creases. You guys don't have to do it like that. Do it however you're comfortable with. But yeah, I'm just going to be cutting my crease on both eyes, and I'll be back to set them with you guys. Alright y'all, so now that both of my creases are cut, I'm just going to pat on that white concealer just so I don't have any excess concealer and it's not going to be too wet. Now on top of that, I'm going to be putting these shadows that you guys see on the screen from the James Charles palette just with a regular flat brush. I'm going to be mixing the two shades that you guys see just because I want to have like a more nudie color, but then I also want it to be like a pale white color. So I'm just going to kind of mix the two shades together and see what comes out. So it should turn out like a nudie brown shade. You guys can always tap into the nude more if you want it to be more nude or more of the pale shade, whatever you guys want to, you know, have more of on the lid. It's up to you. Just keep that in mind when you're applying the lid shade. Okay, so I look actually ridiculous right now, but that's besides the point. I'm gonna go back into the same colors we used earlier in the crease with these same brushes. So first I'm gonna be using the foundation powder from L'Oreal and going on the outer edges of my eyeshadow just to blend, and then we're gonna take the next darkest shade and the next darkest shade and just keep building it up until we get a nice gradient effect on the eye. First take that foundation powder shade or whatever shade you used first in the crease and kind of go right at the edge of that white shade we just applied on the lid just to have an ombre kind of gradient effect. Then we're going to take that next color from the James palette that we used second in the crease and add that on there as well. Okay, and then last but not least, we are going to take this dark brown shade, but we're going to make it on the outer corner and we're going to use it as liner. So I'm going to take the shade you guys see on the screen with a little like, I'm going to take it on a slanted brush, just a regular, this one's from Flower Beauty. I'm just going to dip into that shade right here that I'm showing you guys and put it on my like, kind of like an eyeliner. So I'm just going to stamp it on, and then we're going to take that same shade and blend it in the very outer corner once we finish kind of stamping the liner on. So I'm just going to stamp this on just like if it were liner. I'm not going to be using like black or anything because it's a very soft kind of browny look. So yeah, you're just going to want to stamp it on and make it look like a cute ass liner, sis. And then for the very outer corner, I know I have a lot of fallout, I'll fix it later. I'm going to take that same dark brown shade we just used literally as liner and put it on the very outer corner and connect it to the end of the liner just so it looks like it's liner and then it smokes into like a dark brown kind of color. Just add that shade as well to the outer corner. And then go back with your blending brush and just blend out all the outer edges so it doesn't look harsh. And then last but not least, to top it off, we're going to take that very, very, very dark brown, almost cool black shade that you see that's on the screen. I know you see it, sis. I know you see it. And we're gonna very lightly put that on the very outer edge just to add some more definition. The shade is very dark, so be careful with using too much. You're gonna want to use a very little amount and just blend it in the very outer edges of that shadow just so it can have some depth to it. Go over it with a blending brush one more time. Blend out those edges, and then I'm just gonna wipe away this fallout because it's a lot. So yeah, this is what the eyeshadow is looking like right now. I'm gonna go ahead and do those same exact steps that I did on this eye to this eye, and I will be right back with y'all. This is how the eyeshadow is looking. It's basically all complete. So I'm just going to be moving on to the face now. Alright y'all, so now for the face we have to have flawless red carpet celebrity skin, you feel me? Wealthy skin, you feel me? So for the primer, I'm going to be taking the E.L.F. Poreless Putty Primer. You guys know friggin' celebrities, friggin' influencers, everyone raves about this stuff, and it's super inexpensive, and I've been using it for like a month or so, so it's pretty good, and it's comparable to the Tatcha Silk Canvas as well. I'm just gonna take this and put it on my face. You guys know, you already know we got a prime, so period, poo, period. Gonna put it on with this BH Cosmetics random brush and just dip it in here. It's just like a synthetic kind of stipple brush, so I'm just gonna apply that on. Now for foundation, I'm going to make a little like concoction kind of thing. I want to have really glowing skin because you guys know red carpet makeup, celebrity makeup is all about the glow and the hydration. So I'm going to take the Glam Glow Starter. It's like a moisturizer, like an illuminating one. It smells just like Starburst, you guys. I freaking love this stuff. But yeah, so I'm gonna take it. It's kind of like a goldy kind of color, and it also hydrates your skin as well as adds hydration. So yeah, I'm going to put some of that on the back of my hand. Just looks like this, and I'm going to put that all over my face before I make my little cocktail of foundation. You could add it in there as well, but I like to have just a layer of it first, and then I'll add a little bit more in the foundation as well. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on first. Oh, the dew. Love her. Love her. Alright, and now I'm going to take my two favorite foundations, the NARS Longwear Radiant Foundation and the Fenty Beauty Foundation. I'm going to mix those two together to make a little cocktail because the NARS one is obviously radiant and luminous, and then the Fenty one is more matte. So we're kind of going for more of a satiny kind of finish. Then I'm going to take some more of that Glam Glow highlighting moisturizer, little drops, and put a little bit of that in there so it looks like this, and I'm just going to mix that all together and apply it. Alright, and then to buff this in, I'm taking the Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush. You guys know I have a code with Sigma, Serena Nicole, to save money on everything on the site. But yeah, I'm just going to be buffing it in with a brush to get the most coverage. Alright, and then just to make sure there's no like fine lines or any like creases, I'm going to take my beauty blender and just pounce it all over. You know, I rarely ever do this, but I feel like everyone does this to look super snatched, so I'm going to do it today for this tutorial. I'm going to take the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Dark Cocoa, and I'm going to cream contour. I know, shocker. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this and then just put it on the outskirts of my face, so some on my forehead. I already have a tiny ass forehead, so I don't need too much there. Some on my temples, and then obviously in my cheekbone hollows. Do some on the chin, and then some on the jawline. And I'm just gonna blend it in with this E.L.F small stipple brush. Now for concealer, I'm going to take two of my faves. This is the Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Butterscotch, and then the Milani Conceal and Perfect one we used earlier on the eyes. So I'm just going to take the Butterscotch one first because it's more of my like skin tony kind of shade, and then I'm going to top it off with the Milani one. So I'm going to take this Milani one and put it in the inner kind of parts of my under eyes, a little bit on the nose, a little on the forehead, and then we're not going to put any on the mouth. For the mouth, I'm taking the Wet n Wild Concealer in the shade Dark Cocoa. Just putting this on top of the lighter one on the mouth area, just to make my, like, above my mouth not look so dark. And kind of make it look like a more skin tony kind of feel. So then just taking my beauty blender, I'm gonna wait a little bit before I blend this out. I'm gonna give it like maybe a minute or so just to set in and make it more full coverage. That's a really good tip if you guys have a concealer that you know isn't as full coverage. Just put it on, let it sit for like a minute or so, and then blend it in, and it'll be more full coverage. So I'm gonna wait just about a minute and I'll be back to blend it out. Alright y'all, so after that quick song break, I'm just going to take my beauty blender and blend it out. I'm going to start with my lip first, then go to my nose, then my forehead, and make the under eyes last just so they can have the most coverage under them. Now to set my under eyes, I'm just going to take my Fenty Beauty Powder in the shade Honey and set everywhere I put that concealer. I'm going to mix it with a little bit of my Dermablend powder. I actually put, I ran out of the Dermablend powder, so I put a little bit of the RCMA powder in here. So I'm just going to mix that a little bit with my Fenty powder, just in the cap, and then swirl my Beauty Blender in there and set the concealer. Alright y'all, now to set the rest of my face, I'm going to take my Laura Mercier. This is the medium deep medium deep setting powder. And just take it on a fluffy brush and dip into it, tap off the excess, and then just set the rest of my face. I'm not setting with the Fenty powder because this one's a little bit too light to set the rest of my face. So I'm just going to take more of a skin tone kind of brown powder and then set the entire like border of my face. So like the area that isn't set with the Fenty powder. Alright, so now to bronze and contour my face, I'm going to be taking my favorite bronzer you guys know of all time, the Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I'm going to take this on literally the entire border of my face, so kind of like in a 3, so my forehead, temples, down to my cheekbones, and around from the jawline. I'm going to bronze up with this baby first, and I personally like a lot of bronzer. Maybe some people don't, so it's your preference how much bronzer you guys want to add. I just like to add a lot because I like to look glowy and bronzy and nice and like tan, so add however much you guys would like. Alright, then I'm just going to take that same powder and contour my nose. I feel like contouring your nose is very personal. Some people like to, some people don't. Obviously, everyone has a different nose shape, so you just contour a different way. My nose isn't big, like it's already like barely there, small. I just like to add definition to it because I feel like if I don't contour, it's just going to be there and kind of flat, but I want to like make it stand out some more and add definition, so I'm just going to start right underneath my brow. This is just a Milani all over shadow brush, I believe, and I'm just going to take it from my brow and kind of go down the bridge of it on the side. You can already see like there's so much definition there. And then I'm just going to do the same thing to the other side of the nose. You can go as far out or far in as you want depending on how snatched you want your nose to be. I like mine pretty fucking snatched, so I go pretty far in. I'm just gonna go at the bottom of it and kind of lift it, so you just want to take the brush and just go back and forth at the bottom, and then just to amp it up a little bit more, I'm going to take a little bit on the top. You don't want to make the top line too harsh because that's going to be noticeable. And I just take that fluffy brush and kind of blend away any harsh edges or lines. Not like we need any more bronzer at all, but you guys know me, extra AF. So I'm gonna take the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer. This one's in the shade Cappuccino, I believe, yeah. I'm gonna take this and add a little bit more because I want some more definition. This is gonna be like kind of like my contour. It's a little bit of a cooler kind of color. So yeah, I'm gonna take it on the very outer edges of my bronzer just to add some more depth. Alright y'all, now for blush, I'm going to make another concoction. I'm going to take my Sigma Cora de Rosa Aurora powder. It says it's like kind of like a face powder, but I use it as blush obviously since it's more of the pinky like tone. And I'm also going to mix it with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Rose Gold. These complement each other so well, so I'm going to mix them together because I want my cheeks to look a little bit more shimmery so I can have that glowy effect to my face so it's not so like matte. And then also this color to give it some blush tones on my cheeks as well. So I'm just going to take a slanted brush and dip into the Sigma one first, and then dip in a couple times to the Becca Rose Gold. Just go back and forth till you get like a nice mixture on your brush, and we're just going to start tapping first. So you guys can already see it gave me that cute little glow. Just going to tap it on the cheekbones, kind of smile a little bit, and then go upwards towards that contour. And then I always take a little blush on my nose just because I think it looks cute. Why not? Alright, now we're going to bake our cheekbones and the sides of our nose so they can look really snatched. So I'm just going to take this Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 35 Deep. I'm going to take this on my beauty blender and start cutting up, sis. Alright you guys, now while that is baking, I'm going to move back into my eyes, so let me just zoom y'all in real quick. Alright, so I'm just going to be adding some brow gel. This is the Urban Decay Brow Finish. This one's in just the shade Ozone, so I'm just going to put this on my brows. My nose is itching, oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, so we're going to just hop in and do the under eye. Starting off with this foundation powder, I'm going to place it underneath my eye so I can start my lower lash line. Putting that on first just for a transition shade under there. Then going into that medium kind of orangey shade and putting that kind of like on the outer parts as well. Blending that up into the eyeshadow on top. Don't forget to blend it up there because if there's like a space, that's not going to be cute, sis. Then to finish it off, just taking that dark brown color and putting it on the very outer edge just to blend right there with that last color. Alright, so that's it for the under eyes. Now I'm just going to do my liner. So I'm going to do this really pretty like whitish creamy kind of color liner you guys see me use all the time. It's the NARS Bonaparte. This is their, let's see what it's called, Larger Than Life Longwear Eyeliner. So I'm just going to put this in my waterline. So it's time to wipe away that bake. So I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and just start wiping it away. Alright, so after we wiped off that bake, I want to make sure my face looks nice and dewy and not flat at all. So I'm going to take the Urban Decay Quick Fix Spray and just spray that all over my face. This smells so good, you guys, like a coconut kind of spray. So I'm just going to spray it all over and period. Call it a day. Now to finish off the eyes, I'm just going to be putting on some mascara. So I'm going to start with my upper lashes. I'm going to put on a very thin coat. This is just the Benefit They're Real mascara because we will be applying false lashes. So I'm just going to be putting on a very thin coat on the upper ones first. Alright, and then once that top layer is on, I'm going to start on the bottom. Now the trick for the bottom lashes is to not go all the way in the inner corner for the lower lashes. You're going to want to stay mostly on the outer corner, mostly halfway for the lashes, just because it makes your inner corners really pop if you have like a bright inner corner and then like dark lashes on the outer edges. So I would just stick to the outer part for my lower lashes. You guys can, you know, do however you'd like, but this is just the techniques I use to make my eyes a little bit more like catty and pop a little bit. So try it, to each their own. I'm just letting you know what I do. Alright guys, so I did my mascara. As you guys can see, I left the inner corner of my lashes blank. I didn't want to put the mascara all the way in the inner corner of my eye just because I wanted to make my eyes more catty shaped. Now I'm just going to put on my lashes. The glue I use is the House of Lashes, just the clear like white adhesive. I love this stuff because it's a brush on, it literally lasts forever and I'm obsessed. So I'm gonna use this glue. Then for my lashes, I'm going to be using the Baddie Bee lashes in the style hashtag Baddie, y'all. These are so freaking pretty. Like, they're so wispy, fluffy, they're like not too long, not too short, they're just so beautiful. So I would definitely recommend getting some Baddie Bee lashes. So I'm just gonna apply these on off camera and I'll be right back with y'all. Alright you guys, the lashes are on and they look super beautiful with this look. I'm literally obsessed. What I want to do is go back into the James Charles palette and take that dark brown shade we used earlier as liner and kind of put it again over the liner again, just so we can kind of cover the lash band and make it look a little bit better. Now for the inner corner, we're gonna go back again into the palette and take just the lighter shade we used first on the lid and just put that in the inner corner. I don't want a shimmer in my inner corner, but you guys can add one if you'd like. I'm just gonna put the creamy colored shade and I'm going to go all the way to the lower lash line. That's why we didn't put mascara here, so then we could just have a really bright inner corner. It wouldn't be hidden with the black mascara. So I'm just gonna take this white kind of creamy color and put it right on the lower lash line. You guys can already see like the difference just between that bright inner corner. It literally opened my eyes up so much more. So I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other eye. All right, now the part you guys have all been waiting for, literally a highlight. I'm so excited for this part because it just makes you look snatch, period. All right, so for highlighter, I have two that I'm going to be using. First, I'm going to be taking the Master Chrome highlighter in Molten Gold from Maybelline, you guys. This is super pretty and also it's really inexpensive. So yeah, I'm going to take this one first. Take it on a Morphe M510 brush. I'm just going to spray it with some of that Quick Fix spray from Urban Decay. Oh my god. Then we're gonna take a tiny brush for our nose highlight. I'm not gonna spray it because it's not that deep, but I'm just gonna take it on a Morphe M507 brush, put a little bit on the tip, and then some on the bridge as well. Now to top it off, I'm gonna take another highlighter. This is from Anastasia in the shade So Hollywood. It's their loose highlighter, so I'm just gonna, oh, I keep dropping stuff, oh my god. I'm gonna take it on that same Morphe brush, spray it one more time, and go ham with it, period. Oh, it just looks like literal glass, oh my gosh. Alright you guys, so last but not least, we need to do our lips. So let me put on some chapstick so I ain't crusty. So first I'm going to take my NYX lip liner in the shade Brown. I know it's a little nub, you guys, but I have a couple backups, so don't come for me. So I'm just going to take this and outline my lips. Alright, now to fill them in, I'm going to be taking the infamous Jaclyn Hill lipstick in the shade Gossip. I'm just going to take Gossip and put it right in the center. And then in the very center, I'm just going to take Peach Stock lipstick from MAC. It's a really pretty kind of like peachy, kind of brightish color. So I'm going to take that just on the very center for a nice ombre look. And then just to top it off, you guys can leave it like this if you guys like the matte look, but I'm going for a more glossy lip and a more matte kind of eye. So I'm just going to take the Bare Minerals lip gloss. This one is in the shade 24 Karat. It's a super pretty like shimmery lip gloss. So I'm just going to take this and apply it on top. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. And to finish off this look, I'm taking the Urban Decay De-Slick setting spray and just putting it all over to set this celebrity face. Alright you guys, the end of my celebrity makeup tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys loved the photo I posted on Instagram, so I was like, why not recreate it for y'all? Again, a huge shout out to Cole's World. I will leave his Instagram and YouTube down below so you guys can see his look that he created and that I got inspired by. Before you guys finish watching this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and click that bell notification button to be notified every time you're gonna post a new video. Follow your girl on all her social media sites. They'll be linked down below in the down bar as well as the end card of this video. I love you all so much and I will see y'all in my next one. Alright, bye guys!